Hi guys, going to talk about the Radical Reax. Radical Reax is the new high-performance ball in the Radical line. Since Radical is now being manufactured by Brunswick, Radical, you could say, has some technology from the Brunswick lines. The Reax follows up the Slant Solid, the Slant Hybrid, and the Slant HD. The Slant HD for me was a ball that cleared the heads very easily, had a nice strong mid-lane read and a good back-end reaction. The Reax, I was excited to throw this ball because it looks like it could be very similar to what the Paranormal Aura is, what the Enigma is. And after I threw this ball is in a different league of its own. First Reax I drill is a drilling I like to use a lot on very strong asymmetrical cores. It's a pin above my middle finger, about 6 inches. The mass bias is next to the thumb. It's a layout I've used on the Brutal Nightmare, the Sink. I have a Champion like that. There's a couple different balls I like to use it on. It's a favorite layout of mine. And what I noticed is, even though this ball is a solid cover stock and a 1500 grit finish, this ball is very clean through the front. I never saw any early friction or early flaring. Once the ball got to the middle part of the lane, no. It's very, very aggressive in the mid lane. But even though it rolls early and is aggressive in the mid lane, it still has back end. Which I just reviewed the Sink. This ball is stronger than the Sink. I'm going to flat out tell you that right now. Radical Reax is stronger than the Storm Sink. The difference between these two balls is the Sink reads the mid lane, but it's smooth and continuous on the back. Smooth and continuous on the back. The Radical Reax reads the mid lane, but it's angular on the back end. This is a ball, it's a reaction I've only seen on one other ball in my entire life. And the other ball would be the Columbia 300 Wicked Encounter. Both these balls, they're clean through the front. They roll roll early in the mid lane, but they still have breakpoint angles. They still have a lot of back end reaction, which is something very unusual for a ball. Now, I didn't want the layout to fool me with the back end, so I drew another one. This one is a pin on my axis, mass bias below the thumb, around the thumb, right around there. Now obviously this ball, the reaction is a lot smoother, a lot weaker. This ball still got down the lane, dug in the mid lane, had a sharp back end, just weaker overall. I am dumbfounded at how great of ball reaction the Reax offers. This ball is for heavy oil, medium heavy oil, 40 feet plus. Gotta have a lot of volume out there. Strokers, this ball's great to start. It's going to give you more hook and traction in the oil than what you've ever seen before. You know, I just called the Sink the heavy oil killer. This, I'm going to call the Radical Reax the heavy oil serial killer. That's kind of corny. But Radical Reax, great traction, heavy oil, blows the Sink out of the water. Tweeners, you're going to be amazed how far left you can get with this ball, how far right you can get this ball, and how much back end and reaction this ball actually has. Crankers, I think you're going to enjoy this ball. It's going to allow you to start farther left, just like strokers and tweeners. And this ball, if somebody else doesn't have one of these, they are not getting left of you. You're going to be able to stay left. Even the farther you get left, it's still going to turn the corner. Now, for high ref players, I'd recommend having another one with shine too, just in case that dull one starts to burn up. Overall, though, this ball, it's amazing. It's one of the strongest ones I've seen. It's definitely stronger than the Sink. You know, it may be the strongest ball I've ever thrown. It's definitely at the top of that list. Along with the Yeti now in the Radical line, I feel like Radical can easily become one of the top companies on the bowling market. Pick up yourself a Reax, maybe a Yeti too, and you'll see why Radical is a great lineup to have in your bag. That's my review of the Radical Reax. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. I will gladly respond. Thanks for watching.